When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things can become bad. So this is a very common idea in Vedic philosophy, which is that the world comprises pairs of opposites. So what we're saying there is that from our subjective perspective, we can't separate out the world from our experience of the world. They're the same thing. And that experience comprises, of course, the perception, the perceptual content, the color and the form. It also comprises our interpretation of it, what we understand it to be, and the meaning that we ascribe to it as well. So our experience of the world exists at all these different, if you like, layers or levels of reality. There's the perceptual level, there's the way we feel about it, there's the way that we categorize it. Physical, emotional, intellectual. So our experience of the world is that of opposites. In fact, he continues on in the same vein in the next stanza. Being and non-being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. Before and after follow each other. So the world is not necessarily made up of these distinct building blocks, one being, say, difficult, the other being easy. One building block is before, another building block is after. It's not that there are two separate building blocks comprising the world in this way, but rather it's giving us a description of how reality works. Reality as we experience it, the world as we experience it, is always relational. There's this arising of opposites, not isolated entities. If you have a piece of rubber, poke your finger into it. On one side you have a hollow, on the other side you have a bulge. Now the hollow and the bulge are not separate things. They're two ways of looking at the same fundamental reality that has expressed itself in this way. In a similar vein, it's not that these opposites that we're talking about, beautiful and ugly, are separate things. It's the same thing viewed from a particular perspective. So once again, we get this idea of imposing a kind of order onto nature, onto the reality. So he says, when we see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. So beauty and ugliness depend upon the mode of viewing, rather than being inherently real in themselves. And so in the commentary to the Bhagavad Gita, Swami Parthasarathi talks about this. He says, the world comprises pairs of opposites which are created by your likes and dislikes. So he's saying the same thing very directly there. How do the pairs of opposites arise? We view nature, we view the reality through the lens of our likes and dislikes. And then if the thing conforms to my likes, it is beautiful. And if it clashes with my likes, then I say it is ugly. It becomes ugly. Other things become ugly. It's not that they are ugly, they become it. We turn them into it. And of course, we can observe this happening in our own minds if we just pay a little bit of attention. But the really important part to try and integrate here is that this is always occurring. We are involved in this mode of viewing.